My child, stop everything you're doing right now and listen with your entire being. What you just felt, that sudden jolt in your spirit, that unexplainable urgency that washed over you moments ago, that was no accident. You have just declared a spiritual red alert, and heaven has heard it. The divine alarms are sounding specifically for you. I need you to understand something critically important. This internal alert system you activated wasn't triggered by fear or anxiety. It was activated by my spirit within you, responding to realities in the spiritual realm that your physical eyes cannot yet see. For weeks, maybe months, you've carried this subtle disquiet without a clear source. You dismiss it as stress or overthinking, but it kept returning. That persistent feeling that something was shifting, something was approaching, something required your attention. My precious one, that was me gently stirring you, preparing you, awakening your spiritual senses before a crucial moment arrived. You've been sensing the spiritual atmosphere changing around you, haven't you? Noticing patterns that seem too coincidental, dreams that linger upon waking, sudden moments of clarity about situations that previously confused you. These weren't random occurrences. They were my quiet invitation for you to look beyond the physical, to perceive what I am about to do. The season of unawareness has ended. The time for passive observation is over. Forces have been stirring, not against you, but around you, and your spirit has felt their movement. What you experienced as simple mood shifts was actually a growing spiritual awareness, an internal calibration to higher frequencies. This caused me such deep concern because I saw how open you were to spiritual influences, how little discernment you felt you had, and how unaware you were of the opposition that sought to capitalize on your transitional season. But listen carefully. Do not give way to apprehension. Instead, stir up your spiritual perception. The only way through what is coming is to receive my direction clearly and follow it precisely. The enemy sought to use this heightened sensitivity against you, to bring feelings of overwhelming unease, profound sorrow, and despair. But today I am repurposing that very sensitivity for your protection and advancement. What the enemy intended for your paralysis, I am transforming into your early warning system. If these words echo within your inner being right now, if something resonates at a depth you cannot explain, then act upon that quiet spiritual impulse immediately. Your choice to respond in this moment will become your spiritual safeguard. I understand this might feel sudden, even alarming. You might be thinking, why now? Why this urgency? My child, I cannot wait any longer. There's a divine timing to everything, and your spirit has reached a tipping point. The prayers you've whispered in darkness, the tears you've shed silently, the quiet pleadings when you felt most alone. Everyone has been accumulating in heavenly vessels, and now those vessels are full to overflowing. I have arrived in this moment to reveal something kept specifically for the season of your life. My unfolding of events may not match your expectations. The way I move may surprise you, but know this, it is always perfect. It is always orchestrated for your ultimate good. I remember your quiet pleas when you were alone, the tears that marked your pillow at night, your spirit burdened by sorrows you couldn't even name. Even when you sensed no answer, I was there resting next to you, collecting every tear in my bottle. I saw the small portion you shared with someone else when you had so little for yourself. I witnessed your selflessness when you chose to care for others before yourself, even when your own resources were depleted. I observed your tears when you encountered contempt and rejection, and how you chose silent strength, forgiveness, and steady advancement when retaliation would have been justified. My cherished child, I felt profoundly for you, not from a place of pity, but from a place of righteous recognition of the innate goodness within you that the world did not perceive. I felt deeply for the kindness you gave without seeking anything in return. I felt deeply for the parts of yourself you judged as imperfect, which in my view have always contained limitless potential and beauty. And for this reason, today I am extending into your life with a favor that transcends your current circumstances. I am giving you a sense of wholeness that doesn't depend on external factors. Yes, I am providing a quiet spirit that can rest amid storms. But most importantly, I am showing you the vastness of love that has no conditions, no expiration date, no limitations based on your performance. I do not need large assemblies or dramatic platforms to dispense my grace. Sometimes I place my marvels within everyday moments, so they're not missed among the noise of the extraordinary. Today I have decided that your favor will no longer be held back by past mistakes, present circumstances, or future worries. Often you have felt unseen, as if your giving was not returned, your care not remembered, your dedication not valued. This perception is not correct. I have seen every single act. I have recorded every sacrifice. I have upheld you even when you felt abandoned. What I have prepared for you goes beyond all you have known before. Your story will not end in bitterness or abandonment. I have not guided you to this point only to leave you empty-handed at the threshold of promise. I do not deceive. I do not abandon halfway through construction projects. What I started within you, that first spark of faith, that initial calling, that deep knowing of purpose, I will finish. I will complete it until your last breath on earth, and then continue it into eternity. Hear me with your whole self now. I am about to restore something you lost yet never stopped longing for. Through this restoration, a deep stillness will settle in your soul, a stillness you've been trying to manufacture through meditation, vacation, or distraction, but could never quite capture. Through this restoration, the news you've awaited will arrive. The answers you've sought will become clear. The doors you've knocked on will finally open. But I ask this of you. Do not focus on how it will happen. Do not try to predict the methods or the timing. Simply place your trust in me, my child, for I am your source. I recall every tear you've shed, not just the quantity, but the quality. The tears of frustration, of loneliness, of righteous anger, of deep longing. I am influencing your entire state of being right now. You feel it. You notice it. This isn't a figment of your imagination or wishful thinking. I am moving within your inner workings, your life current, your very essence. I am working within your thoughts, your emotions, and the memories that have formed you. My aim isn't simply to affect what's visible externally. I come to set free all that has been held captive within your core. Dreams postponed, callings suppressed, joys deferred. Truly, my precious one, I have always existed outside of time. I exist now in your present moment with full attention, and I will always exist as your constant source. I share a further truth with you. I will give you rest, and I mean more than just better sleep cycles. I speak of that profound inner calm that arrives when you realize there is no longer a need to prove your worth to anyone, including yourself. You have given much. You have faced many struggles. You have helped greatly while often hurting privately. Now it is your moment to receive. And receiving from me is not selfishness. It is an act of honor toward the one who created you. For I see what is done without outward show, without audience applause, without social media validation. Expect sudden changes. This isn't because you've earned them through perfect performance. It's because I have seen your reliance, flawed, sometimes faltering, but sincere. That reliance might appear small in your eyes, but it was real. It was genuine. And that is all I need to work with. My beloved, this first conversation is only the beginning. I have known your sadness and carried it with you. Yet I have also rejoiced with you in moments you didn't even recognize as victories. When you chose kindness over bitterness. When you got up after falling. When you whispered thanks through tears. Now I am prepared to unveil a fresh approach to existence for you. One filled with clear purpose that transcends job titles. A tranquil spirit that isn't shaken by circumstances, and profound gratitude that flows from recognition of my constant presence. Stop now, my child, and listen with your entire being. I am about to speak to what has been held so deeply within you that its presence slipped from your conscious memory, but never from your soul's experience. There are wounds that quietly travel with you, unspoken burdens, quiet sadness you mask with outward cheer to shield others from worry. Yet I saw it all. Every hidden wince, every swallowed sob, every smile that didn't reach your eyes. I recall when you held back tears to protect a loved one from fear. I remember when you lay broken in the quiet of night, unable to form words, yet your heart cried out in wordless groans. You understand? And I did, my beloved. Every tear that stayed trapped within you flowed freely before my throne. Others did not see your quiet fear of not being enough. They didn't perceive how you believed your best efforts fell short. Your deep weariness went unnoticed because you showed up anyway. And though people saw your outward strength, You felt fragile inside, like glass holding up concrete. Still, you continued to give, to care, to show up even when your kindness was not returned, when your energy was not replenished by those who benefited from it. I was present in every one of those moments. When you prepared food without appetite because others needed nourishment. When you sought comfort quietly so as not to burden others with your needs. When you prayed for your family at dawn, even as your own body ached for rest. Not one instance was unseen by me. Not one sacrifice went unrecorded. Now I reveal what my eyes have always seen. A spirit that faced struggles with quiet dignity. A heart that gave love without seeking praise. Hands that offered care without demanding reciprocity. My beloved child, this matters deeply to me, for I lift up those who turn to me in their vulnerability, and you have turned to me even when you felt too broken to form proper prayers. There is a profound sorrow you conceal for many years, the perception that your true self remained unseen, that your efforts passed unacknowledged, that your kind gestures were unappreciated, that your words found ears but not true reception, that your dedication was not matched by others' care. This led you to pull back, to quiet your inner self, to expect nothing back to avoid disappointment. But I do not want you to live this way any longer, my precious one. I did not create you just to survive. I brought you forth for a full and rich life. This richness isn't about material accumulation or constant comfort. It is the experience of being truly seen at soul level, deeply cherished for your essence, not your output, gently cared for without having to earn it, and held close by a love that will never let you go. This is what I am now unfolding in your life. The moment is not gone. Your opportunity has not vanished regardless of your age, your past, your mistakes, or your current circumstances. The errors you believe you committed or the chances you feel slipped away, these are not disqualifications in my economy. For I am the one who restores what seems lost beyond recovery. I bring the overlooked into clear view. I grant honor to those who were dismissed. And you, my cherished one, you will receive this honor not as a reward, but as a recognition of who you've always been in my sight. I saw the moment you feigned contentment to spare others concern. I saw when you said, everything is all right, even as you were breaking inside. I saw when you tried to find joy, but only sadness surfaced. I saw when you offered aid to someone who subsequently failed to express gratitude. I saw when you bore unfair words out of love rather than retaliating. I saw when you interceded for another who never offered a prayer for you. Every one of those deeds was seen. Every moment was known. All of it is now being acknowledged and returned to you, not as identical human reciprocation, but as divine multiplication. What the world overlooked, I will bring into the light, not in secret ways that leave you wondering, but openly in the sight of those who questioned you, in the presence of those who lacked faith in you, and before those who considered your journey concluded. For I am far from done with you, my beloved. There is more, much more, ahead. But first, I must tend to your wounded spirit. That pain you hid so well, believing it was healed, was only covered by time and distraction. When a certain word is spoken, a place is visited, or someone acts in a familiar way, the hurt returns with fresh intensity. Today I tell you, there is no need to keep it hidden any longer. I am here to bring you peace that penetrates to the root. And for that I need you to open your heart to me, not as a theological exercise, but like a small child reaches out to be embraced openly, without holding anything back, without self-protection. My purpose in coming to you today was not to evaluate your performance, my child. I came to renew your very essence, to mend what was fractured at foundational levels. I came to hold you in a way no one else could, fully knowing every flaw yet fully embracing every part. I came to affirm that I never held you accountable for the shortcomings of others, and that you bore no responsibility if you lacked care, if you were overlooked, or if you suffer harm from those who should have protected you. You acted with the understanding you had at the time. You gave what you possessed in that season, and that was truly enough. Let me tell you this clearly. You have always been sufficient in my eyes, not because of your achievements, but because of my design. Do not let the struggles of others shape your identity. Do not agree to carry the weight of what was never meant for your shoulders. I was there watching your quiet efforts to prevent conflict, your willingness to yield for peace, your readiness to forgive to keep relationships intact. Those acts showed true courage, deep wisdom, and sincere love, not weakness, as some might label them. And now, my beloved child, I declare that your time for wholeness has come. The moment has arrived for me to give you a deep calm that depends on nothing outside of my nature, a stillness that flows from my very presence and wraps around your inner being like a protective atmosphere. This is not just a comforting idea. It is a tangible reality available to you right now. I did not come to bring your pain into the open to cause you more distress. I came to reveal it so it could truly heal at its source. So it might no longer be a source of suffering, but a testament to your resilience. For you did not give up when many would have. You persevered when it made no logical sense. You remained steadfast when the evidence suggested otherwise, and that makes you worthy of great respect in the heavenly realms. This is why I honor you today. Today I, who formed you in secret and knew you before time, declare that what brought you shame will become a testament to my kindness, that what was cast aside will be greatly valued, that what remained unsaid will find its voice at the proper time. And I tell you with true love and unchanging truth, you are not weakening by admitting need. You are opening yourself to my transformative work within you. My beloved child, know this deeply. You are not breaking down. You are not solitary in this journey. You have always had my presence, even when you felt most alone. I am actively working in your life right now, setting things in divine order. While others may not understand what you are experiencing spiritually, you will feel it within your heart as certainty. You will come understand, with both sorrow for past pain and deep peace for its purpose, why your journey felt so arduous at times. My beloved child, I know you often felt remote from me precisely when your yearning was deepest. You revealed your most vulnerable feelings in prayer. You placed your full reliance on my promises. You offered all you possess in faith. Yet my reply felt missing. You worried if I had disregarded your petitions, if I had simply departed during your crisis, or if your confidence was insufficient to move my hand. I perceived every unvoiced thought, every silent stir of your consciousness during those dark nights. I understood you even when speech eluded you, when all you could manage was groanings too deep for words. Now I wish to share a truth you couldn't see from your limited perspective. I had not overlooked you. Rather, I was safeguarding you. During those times when life seemed painfully paused, I was purposefully refining your journey at depths you couldn't perceive. I was reinforcing your inner strength, readying you to embrace what I had designated for you, without being overwhelmed by its magnitude or responsibilities. Had I given you what you wanted exactly when you desired it, you would have received a blessing too immense for that specific time in your development. Not because you were unworthy, but because your core essence needed greater stability to traverse that season without being overcome by the very answer you sought. When I appear unmoving, I have not departed. When I proceed slowly by your measure, I have not forgotten you. Each interval you perceived as stagnant was in reality a phase of underground construction, root systems deepening, foundation strengthening, character forming in ways visible achievements never could. That is why today I am restoring what seemed to have vanished from your life. What appeared fragmented did not genuinely fracture beyond repair. It was merely undergoing realignment to my original blueprint. Certain individuals in your journey were not destined to share in the good things I had planned for you. That is why they exited your story. Not because you failed, but because I cleared away what would ultimately hinder you, even if it brought temporary discomfort in their leaving. And at the precise moment when your reliance was firm enough to stand independently without requiring validation from others, I am now beginning to give back all that was taken. What you thought was gone forever, what brought you deepest pain, what seemed to disappear without trace. However, this time your acceptance of it will be fundamentally altered. It will not be met with anxiety about losing it again, nor doubt about its legitimacy, nor dependence on outward circumstances for its enjoyment. It will be welcomed with profound appreciation for the journey, with newfound clarity about its purpose, with utter fulfillment that transcends the gift itself. I know you wish for things to happen sooner, in your timeline, according to your understanding. Yet I also know you now grasp something you couldn't see before. Some good things are truly best welcomed once they have matured within you first. They are like valuable insights that become clear with reflection time, not with hurried thought. I desired not to present you with anything unready for your current capacity. That is why I paused certain processes, and why I asked you to persevere through seasons that felt interminable, even though I did not reveal the exact timing to you, nor did I outline every progression in advance. For if I disclosed each stage fully, trust will have no place to grow. And you, my cherished one, even without full comprehension, without seeing the complete picture, chose to place your confidence in my character over your circumstances. This is what I hold dearest about you, that you determined to depend on me even when every situation implied futility, that you kept pursuing me even when my replies seemed silent, that you continued to extend kindness even when it was not reciprocated, that you maintained your inner certainty even when your outer conditions stayed frustratingly unchanged. Not everyone possesses such firmness of spirit. Only those whose inner being has been touched by my presence at profound levels can do so. I observed every occasion you hesitated, yet did not retreat. Every moment you grieved, yet did not concede to despair. Every time you contemplated releasing your faith, yet held fast to my truth against all opposing evidence. And for this I assure you, it was not in vain. No experience you went through was without meaning in my economy. I do not dismiss the pain of my cherished ones. I do not ignore their difficulties as insignificant. I do not lose sight of their griefs as unimportant. I have held each tear, each sigh, each moment of anguish, and every single one is now producing its destined result in your life. For there is no benefit without preceding exertion in the spiritual realm, and you place reliance where nothing seemed to grow. You extended grace where none was returned. You brought peace amid chaos you didn't create. And such dedication earns its due reward, not as payment for services rendered, but as natural harvest from seeds sown in faith. But this harvest will not unfold as you imagined it would. For I am not simply restoring what was lost to its previous state. I am bestowing upon you something completely novel, something surpassing your grandest imaginings during your prayer times. It holds no likeness to what existed previously, because your inner being has been remade through a refining process. Your perspective has shifted from earthly to eternal. Your foundations are more secure than you realize. You are no longer solely focused on receiving explanations for everything. Now you deeply desire my presence above my presence. And that brings me immense contentment as your father. For through this journey, though it caused you legitimate pain, you grew in strength that isn't easily shaken, in tenderness that isn't weakness, in likeness to my own heart that cannot be achieved through ease alone. My beloved one, I want you to fully comprehend this reality. I was already active even when you thought I was motionless. Every seemingly small interaction that encouraged you, every remark someone made in an unanticipated moment that brought clarity, every thought that surfaced within you as you strolled or cooked or silently wept, all of it was my touch guiding you, calming you, communicated with your deepest self in ways words cannot capture. I did not ignore your heartfelt petitions. I utilized them as the very foundation for what I am now unfolding. As you expressed your longings, I established pathways to fulfill them. As you cried out in confusion, I made ways clear in the spiritual realm that are now manifesting in the natural. And now you will begin to discern what was formerly obscured by pain or limited perspective. You will contemplate your history and grasp its meaning in the broader tapestry I'm weaving. You will remember every rejection you faced and feel genuine gratitude because those withholdings released you from what would have ultimately disrupted your inner serenity. You will recognize how even the periods of waiting function as protection from premature entanglements. How the stretches of stillness were actually a shield I placed to prevent spiritual deceit from gaining entry during vulnerable seasons. It was not a prolonged halt in your progress. It was a preservation of your destiny. And now the designated moment has arrived to reveal what I have reserved specifically for you, something you never even conceived was attainable, because I set aside the very best for this specific phase of your life, not to cause you unnecessary pain through delay, but to prepare you so thoroughly that when genuine blessings arrive, your inner self can accept them without being overcome by them. Authentic blessings come not when you're striving to deserve them, But when you no longer sense the urge to exhibit them for validation, when you purely desire to live within them as natural extensions of my goodness toward you, my child, you are ready? Ready to discover inner peace that circumstances cannot steal, ready to settle your spirit without a burdened mind, ready to exist without fear of lack or abandonment, ready to embrace gladness without holding back in anticipation of the next disappointment. I am your constant support, my child. My understanding lights your way even in total darkness. You are always within my embrace, not as a theological concept, but as your present reality. This moment is different from all that came before. You will not simply exist from day to day. You will truly thrive with purpose that energizes you. I will return the joy of simple things, a sunrise, a child's laughter, a moment of connection, so you can move ahead freely with a calm spirit, trusting me completely again from a place of experiential knowledge rather than blind hope. I will bring you to this understanding, my precious child, so you truly know in your knower that I was always near. Even if you did not feel my closeness or perceive my action tangibly, I was there in the silence. I watched over you when you slept unaware. I kept you stable when you felt yourself slipping. Now I lift you up from where you've been kneeling. I declare your value over every lie that assaulted you. I keep you close as my cherished one. I bring you to completeness that transcends self-improvement. This is the time I have chosen for you. This is the exact instant meant for your good beyond what you can currently comprehend. You are not solitary in the universe. You have always had my presence as your constant companion. I am your divine origin, the one who sees your way when you're blind to it, who hears your softest request when it's barely a whisper, who answers at the perfect time. Not always your preferred time, but the right time. My beloved one, listen to what I speak over you today with absolute authority. The time of waiting is finished. No more delays that wear on your soul. No more empty quiet that feels like abandonment. No more anticipation that drains rather than fills you. I have determined that the remarkable shift you long for in secret will become clear, evident, undeniable, visible even to those who question my concern for you. What seemed impossible to grasp, what remained stubbornly unmoving despite your efforts, what you believed had vanished from possibility, now awakens with new life, fresh energy, divine momentum. Today I, your God, declare plainly over your life. Your journey did not end in defeat. It has just reached its most significant stage of breakthrough. This is not a random happening you stumbled into, nor is it a brief wish soon to dissipate. This is a sacred decree held firm by my own might, backed by my entire reputation. No earthly power, no spiritual creature, no circumstance of lack can stop what I have now begun in your life. And listen well, my child, I will not work in a way where doubt can question it. This will not be small enough to be dismissed as coincidence, nor will it need you to explain it constantly to skeptical observers. It will be so clear, so obvious, so certain that those who doubted you will be silenced, not by shame, but by the plain reality of my being with you in undeniable ways. This is for many to witness that I fulfill my pledges, that I speak what is true, that I do not forget my children, and that I hear the sincere pleas of those who seek me. I saw when others looked away from you in your struggle. I noticed their sorrowful looks as if your time was over, your potential spent. I heard their comments questioning my goodness toward you, felt their hidden disapproval of paths I called you to walk, and saw the glances that caused you to drop your gaze in momentary shame. Yet I also understood what no one else did. How you kept your faith alive like a fragile flame in strong winds. How you calmly waited when everything screamed for panic. How you chose not to become bitter when bitterness would have been understandable. How you worked to keep hope alive in environments that bred cynicism. For I do not look for perfection in my children. I look for truthfulness of heart. And you were truthful with me, with yourself, even in your struggles. Even when you felt afraid, you remained open to my correction. Even in your doubt, you did not turn away to other sources. Even through your tears, you did not stop believing in my ultimate goodness. That is why today I declare to you with full authority, the period of dishonor is over. The hold of hopelessness is gone from your life. The way to isolation is permanently closed. A new time starts today in your life. filled with honor that comes from my recognition, renewal that touches every area, and deep joy that flows from restored connection. The deep transformation I give you today is not a quick repair job covering surface issues. It is a complete fresh start at cellular spiritual level. I will strengthen your body where weakness has persisted. Yes, I will make your means complete again where lack is hindered. Yes, I will bring calm to your home where chaos has reigned. Yes, but something even more significant is coming. I will return the inner power that sadness had removed from you, that ability to act with holy confidence, to speak truth with love and boldness, to decide without fear of human judgment overshadowing divine guidance. From this day forward, you will go forward with my full backing, not as a distant supporter, but as an active partner in your journey. You will not walk by yourself any longer, no longer suspended between doubt and worry. I will infuse you with tranquility even before you perceive the outcome of situations. For I declare things in the spiritual realm first, then you experience their manifestation in the natural. I want you to grasp this, my beloved. The remarkable happening in your life is not being shaped in response to your latest prayer. It has already been released from eternity into your now. I spoke it into existence before you were born. I established it as part of your destiny. And now it is becoming clear in your timeline. You will feel a change nearby, a shift in spiritual atmosphere, a freedom rising within you, a distinct idea that carries divine inspiration. When this happens, you will know my words to you today are true and active. For what is of the Spirit is first felt internally as assurance, then shown outwardly as confirmation. My guidance has already been given. The answer has already come down from heaven's courts. Nothing, truly nothing in any realm, can stop what I have established for you. When you saw yourself this morning, you might have felt time moving on without your dreams. But today I tell you, your inner self is becoming new even as your outer person shows the passage of years. I will stir desires you thought were gone forever, not to tease you, but to fulfill them. I will renew hopes you felt would never come true, not as fantasies, but as impending realities. I will give you fresh enthusiasm for life, not just to endure another day, but to exist with divine intention, with genuine gladness, with clear direction that comes from walking with me. For I will bring back what was unfairly removed from you. Times, opportunities, bonds, health, stability, respect. All that was taken or wasted will be returned in great measure, pressed down and overflowing. This is not about experiencing the past again through nostalgia. It is about making your current life complete, filling the gaps, healing the breaches, restoring the years. I can achieve more in one day of divine intervention than you could try to manufacture in many years of human striving. Such is the power of my work when the proper Kairos time comes. And that time, my cherished one, has truly come for you. Perhaps you felt your errors were too great for restoration, that you were no longer worthy of any fresh beginning after certain choices. You might have thought some wrong decisions permanently closed off your possibilities. But today I tell you, no oversight can cancel my love for you. No fall can stop my plan for your life. No personal history exists that I cannot redeem and make complete. A new start is appearing for you, my child, not as a second chance, but as a new chapter in an ongoing story I'm authoring. This new period will be plain and clean, unaffected by past failures or external opinions. I am causing this to happen by my sovereign will, and nothing can reverse my doing. Not human deeds, not circumstances, not even your own lingering doubts. The good I am creating for you does not depend on your power to maintain it. It relies fully on my decision coming from my profound, unchanging love for you. I love you. My love for you has no end or conditions. Unlike any human feeling you've experienced, it never changes with the years or lessons because of your flaws. It lasts eternally, sustains you completely, and brings you to wholeness. This moment, this red alert, this divine interruption, I brought about specifically for you. There is a deep core of truth within you, placed there by me before your first breath, and it is stirring to life now in response to my voice. This is the true meaning of your days, your genuine self emerging, your lasting way becoming clear. The grace I am giving you today is not just a single gift to consume. It is part of a larger unfolding, A season shift where my promises become clear reality in tangible ways. This is not for a later time when you're more deserving. It is happening now as I speak these words over you. I ask you to welcome this not through struggle to believe, but through quiet trust that accepts, not through questioning every detail, but through gentle acceptance of my timing. Know with an inner certainty that external proofs are no longer needed to validate what's happening, because the peace growing within your spirit is my sign to you. That inner calm is my personal pledge to you, my assurance that my restorative actions have already begun in unseen realms and are manifesting in yours. Do not concern yourself with how or when specifics will unfold. My child, simply remain receptive like open hands rather than clenched fists. The good I bring will appear through paths you do not expect and ways you cannot currently foresee. Not to confuse you, but to increase your wonder at my creativity. When you experience this unfolding, let flow outward from you naturally. Receive it with gratitude that remembers the journey. Extend it with compassion toward others still waiting. Let your very existence, your peaceful countenance, your renewed energy, your hopeful outlook, show my goodness to a watching world. For what begins now will endure beyond momentary highs. When others ask what changed in you, you will state with quiet conviction, "The Most High called to me in my crisis, and all was made new from the inside out." This is happening for you now. Your life will not be as it was before this moment. My beloved, today I ask for a deep commitment from you, not to a religious ritual, but to a relational response. Open your whole self, wounds, dreams, fears, hopes, and rely completely on what I am revealing to you right now. My current work in your life requires a clear response, a surrender that is more than just mental agreement. It must be a tangible act of your trust, made real in the spiritual realm. You already know my work has started within you. You sense it stirring earlier. You embraced it as truth, and I was with you in that moment of recognition. Now declare it aloud as your own. Make it real through a spiritual act of your trust and letting go, releasing what you've clung to for security, surrendering what you control for protection. When I become your only true hope, you will cease seeking other paths for validation. You will not live for the praise of others. You will not be broken by difficulties that come. You will not determine your identity by your possessions or your deficiencies. When I am your sure foundation, your spirit finds true rest that doesn't depend on circumstances. And that is my deepest wish for you, a profound stillness, my cherished one. Not merely a moment of quiet in a busy day, but a deep inner calm that comes from knowing everything concerning you is within my capable care. Even when you do not understand the way forward, you are safe in my guidance. Even when you see no quick result, you are protected in the process. Even when your surroundings feel unstable, you are steady in my unchanging nature. This peace, my beloved, only I can give, and I give it to you now freely, without requirement. From this peace, a new perception will emerge for you like dawn after long night. Your perception of life will no longer be shaped by your past disappointments. Past pains will not color your present interactions. Your path will not be directed by old grief reactions. You will not view yourself through the lens of past wounds. Instead, you will see with inner clarity given by my spirit, filled with insight for decisions, hope for tomorrow, and purpose for today. You will notice how things that once disturbed your peace no longer hold power over your emotions. How situations that once unsettled you no longer dominate your thoughts. For what was broken in your perception has been restored to wholeness. What was unclear has been made plain in my light. What was sleeping in your spirit has awakened to its true purpose. This is not a passing sentimental feeling. It is a genuine transformation at the core of your being. You will see evidence each day in your spontaneous words, your measured reactions, your decisive choices. Because my living presence is with you, guiding you softly, not into bewilderment about the future, but into serenity about my control. Not into worry about outcomes, but into certainty about my involvement. Not into doubt about my goodness, but into conviction about my faithfulness. From this day onward, my child, I want you to see yourself with dignity, not with sadness over what was or regret over what might have been, but with true value as my crafted masterpiece. Yes, my precious one, from this very moment, you will know unhindered favor, not as special treatment that excludes others, but as personalized grace for your specific assignment. No more cycles of repeating past patterns. No more unanswered calls into destiny. No more closed roads of purpose. I am setting all things in divine order for you, the right people for connection, the right places for influence, the exact moments for advancement. All of this will become active in this new season I'm initiating today. For when my anointing touches upon someone, even what seems unreachable becomes accessible, impossible becomes probable, and closed becomes open. And that touches upon you now, not as a temporary emotional experience, but as an enduring spiritual reality. From this very moment, your life will constantly reflect my faithfulness to those who seek me. Every step forward will be a witness to my guidance. Every personal story will be a sign of my redemption. Every small detail falling into place will be a confirmation of my attention to your life. You do not need to push aggressively for things to happen. You do not need to rush anxiously for events to unfold. I precede you into every situation. I clear the path before you arrive. I make the way accessible at the proper time. And I myself will journey alongside you each moment, every day, not as distant observer, but as present helper. And if ever you feel unsure of your way, pause and remember these words I've spoken today. Recall all I have shared with you about my perspective on your life. Remember you were chosen before time, made complete in Christ, made new in spirit, and given a purpose greater than your personal fulfillment. And as you journey forward, as you assist others from your overflow, as you recount your experiences of my faithfulness, I will be present with you, upholding you when weary, refreshing you when drained, validating you when questioned. Because the mark I have placed upon you today is everlasting. The truth I put within you never dims or diminishes with time or opposition. My beloved one, understand this deeply in your spirit. I have always known you fully, every thought, every motive, every secret. My presence has always been with you even in your unawareness. And I have called you for this very time in history, not by accident, but by divine design. Go forward now from this moment. Carry my peace that transcends understanding, my love that casts out fear, a spirit of completeness that lacks nothing, and the living reality of my word active in your life. Others witness your path from outside, but they could not see the heavy loads you carried internally, the quiet griefs you bore silently, the lone dawns when you had to press on without visible support. But I saw every detail, my beloved. Each instant was observed by my caring eyes. My presence never forgets those who remain firm in faith when everything else shifts around them. I have remembered your unwavering spirit through seasons that would have broken lesser resolve. And so I now come to you with reassurance that your steadfastness mattered and with a distinct way ahead illuminated. Not just for you to persevere longer, but for you to advance with certainty into territories of promise. The time before you is more than a new beginning page. It is an entirely new volume in your life story, one that will be spoken with awe by those who witness the transformation. Even if every small part isn't immediately resolved to your satisfaction, your overall direction is now plain and purposeful. Every movement you have made until now, even missteps, has left its mark on who you become. And without even realizing it, my child, some have drawn strength from observing your quiet faith, your calm anticipation amid uncertainty. Now it is time for that influence to multiply and spread beyond what you can imagine. You will bring fresh hope to those who feel discouraged, not through eloquent speeches, but through the testimony of your lived experience. This is not a difficult burden added to your life, but a blessed privilege flowing from your transformation. You are already prepared for this, even if you do not sense it at this moment. Everything you have experienced until now, the joys, the sorrows, the victories, the losses, is being formed into purposeful fuel for your next assignment. Nothing has been lost in my economy. I gather every fragment of your journey, even errors you regret and sudden changes you didn't choose, and blend them skillfully into my vast plan for your life and for others through you. For as you yield all to me, the broken pieces and whole ones, I cause everything without exception to serve your ultimate good and my eternal purposes. There is no need to blame yourself for any time you think was wasted in detours. I am the one who restores what seemed broken beyond mending. Where others see an end to possibilities, I see a new beginning with greater wisdom. Your story starts anew right now from this moment, but with the accumulated wisdom of all you've learned and my blessing multiplying your every step. There are things you must consciously let go of to fully enter this new season. And I know this release is hard, even when what you're releasing has caused you pain. Certain connections have reached their expiration in your journey. Outdated thought patterns must be surrendered. Former aspirations based on lesser understanding need to be laid down. These are no longer suitable containers for what I am now unfolding for you. Do not hold fast to what must conclude for new things to begin. Every conclusion makes necessary room for a fresh start. And if you do not let go of what's behind, you cannot fully welcome what is new and better. I wish to give you what is genuinely new, not repackaged old things. But you must release what is past, not just an action but an affection. Trust in my wisdom in this. I know exactly what I take away, and I never take without intending to give something better suited for your next season. Your inner being will understand this truth very soon as you experience the freedom that follows release. Your mind has been troubled by worries disguised as wise caution. You think you are simply being careful and responsible, but truly you have been limited by the fear of not achieving, not measuring up, not arriving. Today I break that hidden tie between caution and fear. Genuine insight comes from my spirit guiding you, but dread, even dignified as prudence, takes away what I've already made ready for you. Walk with understanding, yes, but also with courage that comes from knowing I am with you. My presence is what allows you to step into the unknown and discover firm footing where none seems available. And because I am by your side, ever present in every moment, what appears unattainable will become achievable. What seems risky will become safe in my will. This is a certainty that brings true freedom, not absence of challenge, but presence of guide. You who have regularly prayed for others, often neglecting your own needs and intercession, are now being supported by the prayers from my own being. As you raise up those you hold dear before my throne, your name was simultaneously spoken in my presence by the Spirit who intercedes for you. And now answers are being sent out swiftly, for them and also for you. The time you spent waiting was not lost, my cherished one, though it felt painfully unproductive. Your journey until now has been a necessary period of underground preparation, like a seed in winter soil. I have been readying you at depths you couldn't perceive, my child, so that when my promises unfold visibly, you will have the spiritual capacity to truly accept them without being overwhelmed, the maturity to steward them well, and the wisdom to recognize their source. Great things are drawing near to you now, yet you are already prepared to welcome them appropriately. Even your physical surroundings will begin to reflect this internal shift. Places where you once felt spiritually troubled will now know peace as you carry my presence there. For my presence now accompanies you everywhere as conscious reality, not just theological concept. A holy essence resides within you, not as your own achievement, but as my gift. Prepare your heart to receive expansion. I am increasing your sphere of influence in quiet ways that will become evident. Sometimes your body seeks quiet rest, while your inner being simultaneously longs for deep meaning and engagement. Today, my beloved child, I give you both needs met. You will discover both bodily calm and profound spiritual clarity. Your rest will be more profound and restorative. You will rise from sleep with a distinct awareness of your purpose for that day. You will comprehend your reason for being in each moment and why you are here at this time in history. Exhaustion will cease to control your steps as divine energy renews you. Disquiet will no longer rule your moments as peace governs your inner world. I am the one who brings perfect order to chaos, and I arrange your time, your thoughts, and your feelings into harmonious flow. Feel even now the deep calm moving within you like a gentle river, not eliminating all activity, but carrying you peacefully through it. No longer will you be compelled by untrue requirements, by what others expect of you, or by desires that cannot be fulfilled in earthly terms. From this very moment, I determine your rhythm, and when I lead the pace, all things come into flawless harmony with your design. You will see chances appear effortlessly at the right time. The people meant for your journey will arrive without you having to manipulate connections. What you need will surface without frantic striving. For where I direct, a natural ease exists, not absent of effort, but presence of flow. This ease begins when you choose to trust in my management rather than trying to control everything yourself. Trying to manage every detail drains your energy and limits my movement. Trusting in my oversight renews your strength and expands possibilities. Today, my cherished child, I invite you to discover peace within my plan rather than striving to create your own. The days ahead will provide clear confirmations of this new way. Do not try to force comprehension of every detail prematurely. Simply pay attention with your spiritual senses. I speak to you in many forms beyond these words, sometimes through silent impressions during quiet moments, at other times through a recurring thought that brings peace, through scripture that leaps off the page, through nature that whispers my character, through circumstances that align surprisingly. You'll come across words in conversation and reading in media that speak profoundly to your specific situation, and you will recognize with inner certainty, this message is from me, right now. My truth reveals itself to those who genuinely listen with their whole being. And now, my precious child, your spirit is receptive to the resonance of my truth as never before. Do not let this heightened awareness fade through neglect. Protect this inner stillness as precious treasure. Stay connected to me always through simple acknowledgement of my presence. The deepest understandings will come to you in the simplest times, while doing dishes, driving, waiting in line, when your mind is quiet enough to hear my whisper. The promises I have made over your life are not delayed beyond my intended timing. They are being made complete according to my perfect schedule. Every promise has its exact Kairos moment, its appointed period for manifestation, and requires a specific preparedness in you to receive it fully. I do not only make ready the marvel I will perform, but I also ready you to accept it with clear insight about its purpose. For what comes from my eternal truth needs a firm foundation in the recipient to last beyond initial excitement. And all that you have lived through until this moment, every trial, every waiting season, every lesson, has established that very foundation in you. No part of your journey has been without reason in my economy. What appeared to need a long time for resolution will now begin to fit together in ways that defy human understanding, but confirm divine orchestration. You have looked back on your personal history with some worry, my child. A part of you fears reliving past mistakes, facing the same struggles and cycles, and feeling similar pain again. But listen carefully to this assurance. I have always been with you through your past, and I am already present in your future. In previous times of hardship, I gave you just enough guidance for that step. When you faced disappointments, I built resilience within you that now serves you. You will no longer be led by the burden of old recollections, but by the living path I have freshly placed before you in this moment. This new time is not a step back to former days, but progression into what I have always purposed for you from eternity, a future that redeems the past without repeating it. I tell you plainly, I have listened to every cry. My comprehension does not need spoken words to grasp the silent request of a heavy spirit. What you did not even venture to request because it seemed too impossible, too presumptuous, I can bring about flawlessly because I oversee every small part of your life, not only the large manifestations. You are undergoing a period of profound inner change, my child, and this may feel confusing because outwardly your life may seem unchanged initially, but inside you, much is being reordered at foundational levels. This is not chaos or breakdown. It is a true adjustment to higher spiritual functioning. When I purpose to guide you onward into new territory, I always begin by working within your very heart first. I reform what is inside you, reorganize your core insights about yourself and me, and make your governing principles clear and aligned with truth. This is what you perceive now. A strong desire for authentic meaning, a yearning for something deeper than surface success, something that lasts beyond temporary achievements. This internal desire is not dissatisfaction. It is a distinct indication that you are ready to accept what flows from my realm into yours. You might not have recognized it previously, but it was in the stillness of your spirit, in those quiet moments between activities, that I drew closest to you. For when all other sounds cease, my voice becomes distinct to listening hearts. And today, that very presence which upheld you privately now openly readies you for a season of completeness, restoration, and evident meaning in every area. You have already triumphed over more than many could conceive. Do not measure yourself against others' journeys or timelines. My beloved, you have a unique path, a pledge meant only for you, a particular destiny that fits your specific design. Everyone experiences a journey tailored to their purpose, and yours was not without profound purpose, even in its pain. It formed your spirit with empathy that cannot be taught, showed you your boundaries that needed strengthening, and made clear who genuinely supports you versus who merely enjoys your gifts. At this moment, I am guiding you to a position where you will not require constant validation from human sources. For anyone I establish in purpose, I also sustain with inner confirmation. Your need to justify yourself to critics will fade, my child, for what I bring forth through you will speak for itself with its own authority. This connection between us grows stronger even now as you receive these words, bringing clarity where there was confusion, inner knowing where there was doubt, resolve where there was hesitation. I know your heart has felt the weight of difficult choices recently. My child, you worry about the outcomes and the impact on those you hold dear. But place your trust in my careful guidance rather than your anxious calculations. I will not lead you down a path without providing passage through. There is always a peaceful way through what appears as many difficult directions, and I will reveal it to you step by step. Stay watchful for signs I provide, not dramatic manifestations necessarily, but what brings you quiet assurance even amidst difficulty. That which originates from me does not compel with frantic urgency. It directs with gentle persistence, and this gentle direction will become clearer to you each day as you walk in it. My beloved child, your heart has truly heard the deep call I place within you today. You have walked with me through these words, and your spirit has received what was prepared for this very moment. I affirm your hunger for truth, your desire for peace, and your courage to face what I have revealed about your need and my provision. Now, as one who truly hears and receives, I give you a sacred assignment. Let the profound healing and restoration you have received today not remain a quiet whisper in your private moments, but become a living declaration through your transformed perspective and actions. Express your heart's agreement with this message not just in thought or feeling, but in a visible act of surrender and trust, whatever that looks like for you personally. This is your next step, a confirmation of the new chapter 1 have begun in you today. Know that this encounter is but the beginning of deeper ones. My presence will continue to envelop you as you go forward. And I have more revelations, more peace, and more purpose to unfold in your life as you walk in what you receive today. Return to this place of listening regularly, for I am always speaking to those who cultivate listening hearts. Go forth now, my precious child, bathed in my unwavering love, clothed in dignity restored, walking in authority reclaimed. May my peace, which surpasses all earthly understanding, guard your heart and mind continually. Walk in the dignity and authority I have restored to you today. For my seal is upon you, marking you as mine, and you are eternally held in my unwavering commitment to complete what I have started in you. The red alert has been heard. The response has been activated. The new season has begun. Now walk forward in it. Beloved, walk forward in it.